in the pool. Like, he's only going to play one of them.
So but he takes the Timber. He always takes the Timber.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you just. I mean, you mentioned like game one, they had a counter strat in mind for the Shaker Razor. Like, if they have some answer they believe is going to be good against Timber, get an extra ban on someone like Seb. Ban the Shaker, or ban something else that that they really like to play in like the support role.
A Chun Shaker instantly banned out. I mean, it would be a different approach, right? Like, we have seen OG.
Timber through.
The way OG adapted to PSGL GD was basically banning out all Wise heroes, right? Like, all 5 support heroes. So perhaps Beast Coast can learn something against that and use it against OG. But yeah, Timber, left in the pool.
I'm trying to think about what like a response would be from Beast Coast if they did take it, because it takes away your Hector Wraith King. It makes your spirits that you might want to put on Schofield a little bit harder to run. They would want like more magic burst. Maybe they respond with the Snapfire opening.
Yeah. And it breaks you mentally, right? Like, you're playing versus this Timber. You know how strong he's been. Do you really want to let that through? Well, they did. Perhaps they have the best solution to it. So far, we haven't seen a solid solution to the Timber.
Yeah. It also takes away like Tiny.
There it is. There he is.
I was going to say OG is going to be feeling good about it, but the OG fans have to be feeling even better about Amar getting the Timber there.
Yeah, there was the meme, right? The teams would respond with a Grimstroke, and then Amar would just buy a Manta style. I think he is so comfortable on this hero. He knows how to play into every matchup. It's the same as Stormstormer, right? He's playing his Batrider into anything. He doesn't care. You have the same thing here. Very, very high comfort.
Do we see anything else comfort-wise for Beast Coast that they could dual open with?
Okay, they just open up with a simple Enchantress right here, securing those lanes, making sure that the laning stage, no matter what your carry is, should be decent, even against the Timber.
It feels like if you lose the lane versus Timber, the game just is over. If you're against like one of these, S-tier Timber players, which Amar is, so.
There's a potential maybe for a Schofield Nyx. I think it's kind of worrying because you have to either pick a core here that you think is good versus Timber before the better ones get like banned out, or you take 2 supports and you hide your strategy, right? Because you're playing with second pick.
Beast Coast doesn't have a lot of Razor games under their belt, right?
That's true, yeah.
So they get the Enchant, the Razor, and they leave this answer for Timber in the second stage. Now OG, they have all the time that's necessary in the world to actually protect the Timber with 3 upcoming bans.
I mean, maybe if they can play this Encha more greedily, we've seen some going like, is it like Witchblades or Dragon Lances or something or another?
I would love to see it, yeah.
Right, yeah, because the pure damage from the Impetus is good against Timber. It is like an 80 factor that is a counter here.
Marcy, it's Timber Marcy opening.
It's a very strong opening.
Yeah, I mean, Tag is really comfortable on her. I feel like it's his most played hero this major.
Yeah, for OG, I'm really not surprised that Marcy's picked. Do you think that any other team, if they had this Timber and Tiny still in the pool, they would go for the Tiny instead?
Definitely a lot of teams would prefer Tiny, but OG just, Tiger loves his Marcy.
Because it's the same kind of idea, right? Like, you get this Timber Saw on Amar on that offlane, you don't necessarily have to babysit him all the time. And what hero is better than Tiny when it comes to these rotations towards the mid lane? Perhaps Marcy.
I mean, I like Marcy more. I just think like her way into the mid lane against the hero is much easier than Tiny's. But they're both really good. They're both good at different things, while being similar still. But
that being said, OG are the ones that ban out the Tiny, so they do not want to let that Razor plus Tiny offlane combination go through.
What is a good Razor offlane combo?
There's still the Shaker in the pool. Any sort of a melee brawler usually does extremely well with the Razor.
I want something more damage than Shaker, though. I do like it, and if they win it, I wouldn't be super against it, but you look at these kind of same-ish heroes, the Tusk does more damage, I think, is a bit stronger in lane. You have, you do have Usper as an idea, like the Silence could come in really handy against the Timbersaw. You also have, like, again, I want to point out Nyx as a hero. He's been kind of underutilized this TI, but he has had some really standout games. And like versus Timber, you're able to just sit on him in a lane when you want to pick him off, and it sets up very easily for your kill.
And have to get the melee 4. Team Spirit actually have been doing a lot of range 4s with Razor. Like they had games where they were doing like, I think it was a Rubik Razor game. Yep. So you can just say like, we need more damage, and that's usually those range 4s, and just go double ranged as well with that lane.
And they have played Rubik before, and that Rubik is kind of decent versus the Timber. You can use all of his spells against him. Do you guys think that there is a vessel needed here versus a Timber? Like a vessel carrier, or is that demo day? Like, is that old school?
It does feel nice. I mean, it always feels nice. I wouldn't say it's a like 100% required element. If you're not getting Vessel, then you need to make sure you have enough magic damage to kill a Timber, though. So it's kind of like one or the other. Vessel can make up for a draft that has low burst damage and more like sustained damage.
Yeah. Timbersaur is a lot like Beastmaster in how he's going to control the map, though. Looking on the other side of less about counters and more about synergizing for OG, you have a hero who will want to take a very large portion of the map, and he wants his teammates to kind of come to him rather than him running around the map trying to make things happen.
They still go with the Shaker.
Yeah, it feels like a little bit of a swapsies on the draft. Beastcoast getting the Razor Shaker.
It's extremely good versus the Marcy, and with the Razor, it's a decent laning partner. It enables the Razor. You can rotate towards mid, just as Marcy will be rotating from that OG's offlane.
It's risky though, right? Like we've seen Earth Shakers in the past who try way too hard to make moves on mid. They use a lot of smokes and they get under-leveled. Like Beastcoast can be baited into a lot of fights here. They need to make sure they prioritize giving Shakers some farm.
I completely agree.
I love these picks from OG though.
Yeah.
Like, you're up against the. This is usually Seb's go-to 5 when he's up against the Razor. He's going to be playing a bit more of the 5 this game. I mean, probably gets more farm than a Marcy, but he'll be likely playing in the safe lane with the Bloodseeker. And I think Bloodseeker, we've asked a bit like, what's the carries when playing against Razor? Bloodseeker seems to do better than most. It just has a stable lane against, I feel like, everything. Like Hector didn't have a good game last game, but the lane itself went pretty well.
If nothing else, the Bloodseeker can always run away, right? Like with the Bloodthirst and with Ranger as well, she can do the same. By the way, the moment Bloodseeker came back into the meta, this was the pair. Like Bloodseeker plus Wind Ranger. They were played constantly on the offlane, but still, it's a really good pair of heroes.
Going full swap
Yeah,
drafts.
I was about to say, I can't believe what I'm watching. It really is Beastcoast just taking a page out of OG's book.
Yeah, it shows that these teams have similar ideas about like what is good against, you know what, like the Bloodseeker and the Razor, one of the more manageable matchups, the Ursa, and then the Ursa into the Bloodseeker. It's like, okay, they have Bloodseeker, the Ursa's the good carry matchup, doesn't care as much about the Rupture. When you've got the stuns from a Shaker, it really enables the Ursa to dish out a lot of damage, so it makes a lot of sense. Plus, of course, Ursa, has a chance at winning the Timber lane.
Yeah, I'm very, very curious to see what build Amar goes in lane, because on like Thunder Awakened side, Sacred on his Timber has played like the 1-2-0 build just to really go aggro on Ursa, and he did get like those kills multiple times. Like this was against Beastcoast, against Hector, he died twice in lane. Will Amar do that? Will he go the 0-2-1 build level 3? Like just focus more on the chain and not being super aggro with Q?
I feel like it's doable to be aggressive against the Ursa. Like Timbersaw can definitely win that game. A lot of these cores that are considered countered by Ursa aren't truly countered. Like even a Centaur can win against him. These bulky boys that you expect to maybe not do that well. However, my issue is Enchantress. Like, this is a lane dominator. You're not playing only versus an Ursa, you're playing versus Ursa and Enchantress. Like, she does not care about you Timber chaining away. Brings that Harpy or any creep and just wails straight at you. If you don't have the armor, you will suffer.
That's true. I've seen them kind of substitute the armor sometimes by buying like bracers, but I do agree with you. Ench is a massive problem, so we'll probably see points in reactive early.
Do you think that Marcy perhaps evens the scales? Is she good enough, or?
I don't think the lane with Timber is where she excels. It's the fact that Timber can be left alone and Marcy gets to go around and play make. Like Marcy Timber as a lane isn't super scary to me, at least. Like Timber's not benefiting from the rebound that much. The dispose can be nice to maybe set up some kills because you can hit your chains, your Whirling Death with it, but I don't think Marcy makes up for that scary Ench lane.
Still a few more bans to come out, and I assume it's going to be mid laners that we're looking for here. Are there any standouts for what's missing on either team? Do you think they have enough initiation, playmaking?
There's still a chance we could see the Razor go mid. Chris Luck is absolutely versatile to the ends of the earth. He can play anything mid, pretty much. So I wouldn't say it's exactly a mid. I think they have they have good heroes that go in, like Ursa's fine front, like tanking front-wise. So they might just pick something that's just more like backline spellcasting for mid.
Yeah, Beast Coast, if you look at their draft, they do have the last pick, right? So they can adjust to what OG goes for.
Like a Coddle could be like really good, seeing how good that hero is for mid with just sitting back, blasting spells, getting an E-Blade. Oh, god damn it.
You made,
No!
you made some really good calls that instantly got banned out. Like you called the Coddle, the Nyx Assassin just completely eliminated the same second you mentioned them.
These teams hate me, bro.
I mean, it is a good, strong hero at the moment, and I'm surprised that it went through all the stages until the last banning phase.
Right. OG now, they have Timber, who's down to just go in front for them. They have Rupture, they have like BKB piercing control, they have damage. Their team fight control, maybe not so good, but I feel like teams haven't been prioritizing that this much this tournament. They'll prefer to just go for more damage or something.
What happened to some good old Zeus? Like, there's not a ton of catch.
Yeah.
Zeus sounds good. Storm is the other option they've played a decent amount, but there's the Zeus.
Yeah, I like it a
Autumn.
lot. Less team fight, more damage. That's definitely a theme in these drafts.
I feel like why Zeus good here is because of all the bans. Like, you have the Void Spirit banned out, the Storm, the Puck. There just isn't a hero that gets on top of him easily and eliminates him from the game. So he will be able to just constantly be on the outskirts, jump around like Super Mario, dish out the damage.
It sets up so many of your other heroes for success, giving everyone vision so you can find the Shaker, like not let him get these Blink Echoes off. Like, it gets everyone low for the Bloodseeker. It just really, like, it kind of gives that vision that they were perhaps lacking when a team fight breaks out, because some of these backline heroes, I mean Shaker in particular, you want to know where they are.
What about the mid matchup? What could Beast Coast pick that will do well against Zeus in lane and potentially give them an advantage?
Well, I'm looking at like two ideas. We have that jump idea, Void Spirit ban, but a hero like that, right? Or they can, again, just go for more damage. Maybe you see another Chris Luck Lino where he just buys a BKB and stands his ground when he gets ruptured, right?
Is TA an option? Like another hero that actually does well against him later on, the silence from the traps giving you vision.
It could pair really nicely with Ursa's timings, like...
It's just kind of greedy, right? Like, you get Razor, Ursa, TA...
that's the thing though, it feels like none of these teams really care about that anymore. They're like, 3 greedy heroes, it's fine, we'll just play to like respond to ganks, we'll play a bit more passively. It doesn't really fit in line with Beast Coast's, you know, like style, but...
You do have one hero then with the stun, and that's his only spell, so... Okay, Brewmaster.
Oh. Maybe it's Razor mid with Burr offlane. There is some flexibility there. This is, I mean, they're basically trying to one-up OG, saying, okay, you don't want to get team fight? Well, we will, and we'll crush those team fights.
All right, yeah, it's going to be that Brew off Razor mid. Now we know the lanes. Where are you guys sitting with this?
OG looks so damn dominant. Honestly, I think the Zeus pick, that Lizard call, is just so damn good this game, combined with the fact they've got Amar's Timber, who has just been wrecking every single game during the DPC leagues. Even when teams think they have an answer for it, I feel like OG just have too much comfort picks.
I don't know, I'll go with Beast Coast. There's just too many fans here. I'm worried. I need to get off the stage. I think there's a lot of hype going towards Beast Coast. And Brewmaster was a pretty decent pick.
Oh, the casters, they just want us to throw the casters already, but I'm going to give you time to talk sheep.
Thank you. Well, when I left earlier, the OG fans, they just ripped my Beast Coast jersey off of me, and they really just like gave me a beating. So, sorry, don't hurt me anymore, OG. You got it in the bag, no problem.
We got both of you guys pandering to the crowd. We'll see how much pandering Gareth and Lacoste are going to do when we jump into game 2.
I mean, how do we start this? You know, let's go Beast Coast, maybe? With a bit of a chant from the crowd, because OG do look so damn dominant.
They might need it. Looking at what OG has in this game, they also did a little bit of a switcheroo with the drafts, couple of heroes that I like the stubbornness, you know. I will show you how to play these heroes. We'll show you how to win with those heroes. Seb on his Wind Ranger, on a hero that he kind of reinvented during the Stockholm Major. Didn't see it too much during this Arlington Major, but yeah, Zeus plus Bloodseeker, this has been an amazing combo throughout the Dota history.
Yes.
And we've seen what Zeus can do. Once he hits that level 6, you start to play very aggressive on the side lanes. This needs to be calculated, and Seb picking up some early tips.
Yeah, Amar was farming Fountain early, now Seb farming all the tips up. Everybody's giving them to Seb, even Tiger. Yeah, you're right, these little switcheroos, 3 elements on Beast Coast Draft they've kind of taken from OG's Game 1 victory Lots of laning prowess with Ursa, Razor, and then the team fight of that Earthshaker Brew. While OG going back to the classic. Gave them victories at the Stockholm Major with a Seb Windranger. I'll see what he can do this time around, as he's got one Mantle of Intelligence.
30 seconds to battle.
OG's signature item at this point.
You play against OG, you don't ban Timbersaw because you think you can beat it, right? We've seen that movie so many times before. Amar will be playing in a matchup that is not good for him. If it was Ursa plus something else other than the Enchantress, I would still say that Timbersaw can win it. Like we've seen Timbersaw one hitting level 6 before Ursa, still getting a kill. You can creep skip. Oh, this
nice.
is a good Fisher. Rebound was already used, but they're not going to go for it. Stinger having no point in the enchant, going for a Nature's Attendance instead. So that means that they will not be able to chase.
Yeah, and it looked like Gojira there taking quite a bit of damage from those Zeus Lightnings. Will have to wander his way back up to top lane. Seb with the Thunder Awaken line, bringing out that South American flair. But you're right, Amar, he had a wry smile when he saw that Enchantress picked. He was like, here we go. They're going to try and start countering my lane. Then the Ursa came.
I think this man has played against every potential counter to Timbersaw. Because this is the hero that they do first phase, and a lot of the teams do think they can let it through.
Oh.
Timber Chain
Whoa.
misses.
Yeah, interesting. He was trying to go for a last hit secure there and a bit of harassment onto K1, but
Buying some time, so they are putting pressure on him, getting the right clicks, while Taiga is dragging the creep wave, blocking the big camp, and gonna drag it to behind Tier 1 and Tier 2 tower.
yeah, sniping the courier as well. Going well so far for Beast Coast down in this bottom lane, while into mid, 4-2 for the Razor. Zeus always going to be able to secure last hits with his lightning, but he's also got 3 denies. Over the years, Zeus has had quite a lot of buffs to his attack damage, his attack
Zeus
rate.
had like 40 damage.
Yeah.
It was impossible to last it if you're not using Arc Lightning, and he does have Heavenly Jump to be able to jump away from Razor's Static Link.
Yeah, not too difficult a lane for him. While up at top, we've got Wispy here on that Brewmaster with Gojira. Double melee lane against the Bloodseeker Windranger. What do you reckon is going to happen up here? Like, can Seb and Yuragi battle back into these two brawlers?
They do have a lot of poke, especially from Windranger. Seb's having a really good time right-clicking, going for extra Mantle of Intelligence, knowing that he needs to be able to deal damage. They just made a new lane.
There's a new lane between towers. Tiger's been able to zone K1 away, disposing Enchantress in towards Amar. Rebound is good. Fairy Fire Force. Stinger has the stick. Can't finish her off. And K1.
And this is why Amar was laughing when they pick Enchantress. He's like, you think this is going to counter me?
Look at the tier 1. There's a full creep wave there. Stinger has had to TP to go and get that experience. Maybe a few last hits because it's all being wasted. OG, they've completely turned this lane.
And K1 will also TP, so that's 200 gold down the drain unless you want to die and get to 1 for free.
Yeah, I'm still struggling to last it under tower. And they should be able to manage things now, reset a little bit. But OG will keep dragging waves, messing with that creep equilibrium. And it's not comfortable for Beast Coast by any means. 11 last hits for K1, not where he wants to be. We see 13 on the Bloodseeker. Seb coming back towards Gojira. And he's just body blocking that small camp. Can't go for the courier kill. And a shackle shot will hold him back. That will allow Seb to get the bounty rune, which it looked like C-Smile was considering going for, as OG get both.
That's pretty big. Also, looking at the bottom lane, Timbersaw farming underneath the tower. 2 points in reactive armor. He survived what was supposed to be like the hardest time for him. During the game, like, Ursa will still have your number. This is a hero that you need to be careful about. Taiga lurking around the mid lane. I don't think they can kill Razor, but they could potentially deal some damage, and also this rotation could secure water runes for OG.
Yeah, force him out of lane, get those runes. Brewmaster down to half health. A little bit of chip there from OG. But you're right, this Timbersaw doesn't really need that many last hits early on. You know, he was sitting around 10, he's got up to 14 now. He just wants to hit that level 3, level 4 to be able to stay alone while we see Tiger coming into mid, dispose back into BZM.
Good body blocks.
Good body blocks.
Fire.
More damage needed, and they've got it. BZM getting first blood on that mid lane. And that's what you get from a Timbersaw pick. You're allowed to leave Amar alone and gank and roam.
Yeah, also, Seb, I was looking at the top lane. He did manage to stop Earthshaker from getting the TP off, so potentially a save, because there was Gajira trying to TP, use the Fissure potentially, and save people. But yeah, BZM off to a good start. And we've seen so many times in the last couple of months what happens when Zeus gets that first blood. He's off to a good start, having Arcane Boots, farming the small camp right now, and also will hit level 6. So Ursa needs to be very careful. You know that OG is going to start to put more pressure here on him.
Yeah, because we've also seen the flip side of this lane. When Amar will hit level 6, the Chakram and that Thunder God's Wrath could find them a kill, as Whisper getting taken down pretty low. Forced back to his base, and there we go. K1 zapped down. This is even before Amar hits level 6. Just a run forwards, Thunder God's Wrath, and kill that carry.
They had no region left. There was a couple of tangos on Enchantress, and they're going to get another one.
He's dead as well.
The power of this global presence that hits everyone.
Gojira has no TP.
Yeah, because he used it before. If he gets scouted, he's definitely dead.
Go on, Seb. Can you find him? Observer ward placed down by Gojira.
Amar did drop a question mark in the previous game. This time around, pausing. Just checking, you know, if everything is okay.
And just wipe the sweat off his brow after that early laning phase. Definitely has made up for things.
So far, so good from OG. They did manage to stabilize the lane for Timbersaw, getting the kill, securing the farm on Zeus, and also Bloodseeker. 24 CS compared to Ursa's 22. Level 5. Once you hit that level 6, like Earthshaker's level 2, your Brewmaster did die level 4, so they can still get level 6 on Bloodseeker, rupture him, and then get a kill before he gets level 6. That's pretty big.
Yeah, we're already seeing this net worth disparity where Zeus has 3,000. Miles ahead of any of his opponents. Oh, Tiger in reverse. Now back the right way. He's having a good time. Quite, he set everything up, hasn't he? He made that bottom lane difficult. He created that lane between the tier 1, tier 2, ganked mid. So far, he's been the real glue to stick this team together in the laning phase. So what's the plan for this?
He has a very important call he has to answer. Mar taking a phone. Not sure who's calling.
Well, he's got to go on Twitter and, question mark there as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, got to post it on social media immediately.
That's Gojira thinking about his next move, because he is the one stuck in the trees up top. And Whisper, 10 seconds until he respawns. A little while until he'll be able to get back into this lane. But the big question for me is C-Smile here on the Razor. What's the plan for this? Because it's rare now we see him in the mid lane. Is it going to be the same kind of build with that BKB rush? Or do we go something more like, the carry build we saw from Skitter with that Mom Maelstrom kind of deal?
They do have Ursa, so I think he needs to be able to get online as fast as possible, get that BKB, and get stuff done. Also, very important that you are controlling the runes, because the other guy is Zeus, right? So if he gets Arcane Rune, if he gets a Haste Rune, he can easily go to the side lane and gank.
Maycanny offers a lot of damage. As we do have the reconnect, see if Amar can get back underway. Yeah, get that microphone right next to your mouth. Communication is key in Dota 2.
Not that close, Dan. Your teammates would not appreciate hearing you breathing.
All right, here we go. Back into things. OG with a 3-0 kill lead. Laning stage looking pretty solid from them so far. Beast Coast have got a lot on their plate.
Yeah. Amar checked the latest memes from Reddit, and now he's ready to go. Level 5.5, Ursa level 4. This now gets very difficult. He did put another point in Timber Chain, so more speed, more latch range, and definitely a kill threat on K1.
That's the most important thing. So when he hits level 6, he can burst K1 down quickly. And he's keeping him within that kind of death threshold. Oh, Bassi. Recipe grabbed up. C-Smile.
A bit of a bonk there. Not getting the rebound. Gajira is still in trouble. There is a shackle, not going to connect, but he's definitely going to die.
Maybe denied to Roshan. BZM says no, absolutely not. Picks off that Earthshaker, but they kept C-Smile alive.
And this is big. C-Smile picking up the haste rune, so he can rotate to the side lane and potentially get a kill. I don't think they can kill Timbersaw, because that's a bit of a difficult task, but maybe if there's some kind of a rotation to the top lane, Bloodseeker could die. Bloodseeker about to hit level 6. There is Rupture. Where's Seb? He's coming in.
Yeah, Seb's in from the back.
DP rotation that I mentioned.
C-Smile aiming Yuragi, but no stuns. Can they kill him? Yuragi just TP's home. Nothing
Beautiful
to
shackle.
stop him. And Seb there, perfect placement to come in from behind, find the shackle shot. And C-Smile unable to get anything done with that haste, because it also was scouted out. There was a dire ward near bottom rune that saw them get their haste, saw him moving, and they guessed the TP was coming.
You can see how well OG is communicating, not because of that microphone adjustment from Amar, but yeah, starting to play aggressive on Ursa when Zeus is about to hit level 6, Rupture. You know that Yuragi called for that. He's like, I need 2 CS, I need someone to stop the potential TP out, and the shackle shot was there available from Windranger.
And K1 now showing his face in the mid lane. Still level 5 on the Ursa, 7.5 minutes in. Difficult times for Beast Coast.
Another Zeus ulti is available.
And Tiger getting away from the Razor, but they're all pinging him out. Can they dispose him back, drag him around? The power shot comes in, Tiger rebounds in, and now we'll find C-Smile. Chase him down with his Zeus damage, while K1 and Whisper, they are arriving from the back end. The disposed there, stuns up K1. Tiger getting bullied by the shackle shot. Seb!
BZM's dead, he is in a lot of trouble here.
They'll kill the Zeus. That's the big one for Beast Coast. Fisher landing onto Tiger, but the follow-through is lacking.
These heroes are so hard to catch. You have Zeus. Every single hero besides Bloodseeker has some kind of a movement ability.
He's got Thirst.
Sure, but the active one.
Yeah.
Timber Chain, Heavenly Jump, Wind Run, and also Rebound that can help out your teammates as well.
Tiger wanting to play aggressively onto K1. Might pay for it now, though, as Stinger and C-Smile, Gojira even here in the mid lane, stun up the Marcy, force the Fairy Fire. But what's next? They're going to kill on a support. Can they push tower? It's just back to farming, isn't it?
It really is. And look at, speaking of farming, Amar, he loves to hit the creeps on the bottom lane, did manage to take down the tower. And he's also a hero that can protect the tower, because he's not afraid of Brewmaster. The only hero that can kill him is going to be Ursa, and I'm not sure if K1 wants to heavily commit with the team and try to secure a tier 1 tower on the top lane.
Sorry, can we just go back to the Timbersaw there with his item? Because most people have TP
Divine
Scroll in their sticky buy. He has a Satanic in his sticky buy. Man, what a guy. Whisper up top, the Brewmaster dead, Yuragi and Tiger pairing up to find the kill. And Yuragi, phase boots. Heading into that Maelstrom, should have the Javelin coming out on Courier, already scaling incredibly quickly. And Amar farming enemy jungle, so they're taking away these slices of pie that Beast Coast need. Not only are they grabbing their own farm that's safe, but playing aggressively to remove any advancement the Beast Coast maybe could find. Seb, the Tiger, high ground obs ward, C-Smile, and they're bringing the BZM Zeus here as well. Looks like Stinger will spot them out though. Try and bodyguard the Razor here. C-Smile back in, Stinger about to die, but the Nature's Attendants keeping him topped up while Amar goes straight onto the Razor and the power shot Chakram, Thunder God's Wrath, kill off too, just like that.
OG, again, a lineup that is really good from the distance. They don't need to heavily commit to get those killed. Yuragi pinging out Gojira.
Yeah, he's invis.
He needs someone to stop the TP, and Seb is already there. Does have a wind run, doesn't even need it. Will snipe him from far away.
Gets the power shot, and they've also forced the brew split down bottom. If the only death here is Tiger, OG going to be
I don't think they're going to even get this. If he gets
this.
the magic wand, ooh, gets stunned. This could have been another split that they don't get too much out of it.
2 minutes.
OG, well, I mean, we said it. It's very difficult to gank these heroes.
Incredibly challenging. Whereas Stinger, he does have Whisper here to maybe bully them back. He runs in towards them. One charges and raindrops. Seb, he will finally die, but Stinger turned on with the Chakram. The damage from Amar. Finding another while Yuragi, he's going to go for the TP home. The damage is coming, but there are no stunts. Back away he goes. How many times will we see this OG side just say, screw it, we'll TP?
Again, problem. They don't have, like, Earthshaker needs to be everywhere. He needs to be able to catch people, like, potentially during Heavenly Jump, block them off so that Wind Ranger can get away. And K1 did manage to get some tower damage in the top lane, but still, whenever someone shows up from OG, they need to respect it. Another split available in 60 seconds. It's a long cooldown. It's 140 seconds, level 1.
K1 has caught up tremendously, though. Diffuser Blade, Morbid Mask. He's ready to fight, ready to Roshan as well if they do get a good battle around this top lane area. And that's where Beast Coast should be moving towards, but yeah, with no Bruce split, they are fully reliant, like you say, on this Earthshaker to be everything in their team fights.
Looking at Ursa, he does have K1, A1, and D1. That's his score right now.
Can we get a groan from chat, please?
Oh, please stop.
Yeah, thank you.
They're gonna threaten Roshan kill. This is Ursa Radiant, so you know that Ursa's gonna be playing the top part of the map. You would love if they can kill a tier 1 tower, and I expect Beast Coast to make a move there pretty soon.
Yeah, get things going, get the ball rolling. Tiger again playing into this vision. They CC Smile farming very shallow in this jungle, close to his base.
Zeus does have Arcane Rune in the bottle, so that's a big one. That's massive. And looking at what BZM is going for, straight up E-Blade against Ursa, against Razor, so that's going to be another saving tool for himself, or also if he needs to amplify damage.
Another way to just TP away as well, right? Just E-Blade yourself, TP home. But Beast Coast scanned. They're in the pit. Thunder God's Wrath comes. Roshan nearly dead. The Shackle Shot trying to delay it, but K1 gets the Aegis. OG still thinking of fighting though. Tiger is going to dispose and get damage in onto the Brew, but the split comes out just in time. Whisper, Cyclone Tamar focuses Tiger to kill off the Marcy, while Sam, he's picked up as well. Ursa clears through her, Amar finally lands on the ground, and Stinger, he's dead now. A little stun in. K1, good damage, but he yules up. Sending theirs to Skywards and zapping down onto Whisper. BZM blown up with the Heavenly Jump. The Fisher misses. BZM, he's slipping away. The grasp of Beast Coast not strong enough. They need a firmer grip on this one as Amar, he's dancing around them. Even with the Echo Slam, they get BZM.
That was funny to watch because Zeus, you stopped their cast time. This is one of the things that Heavenly Jump is like. People don't see it most of the time, and we've seen it this time around when Fisher was being used. Amar, he's still alive, wants to go in.
It does such a massive amount of damage, but Tiger's still dead, caught in that mid lane.
These are the type of fights that Beast Coast need. They need to put some pressure because K1 decided to go for Diffusal Blade, and Amar, he's not going to feel too comfortable playing near Ursa. Does have a Yule Scepter, so that's going to be his mana regeneration, but those stacks, when they start adding up, and also mana, if you lose mana, you might be in a lot of trouble.
It makes things very challenging for you. But here's the blink, the reveal of Gojira. Doesn't have Echo Slam, but still will be able to reposition himself with these fissures and aftershocks. And with 3 minutes 20 remaining on Aegis, they do want to keep this going. Obs on high ground, seeing BZM, Gojira, K1, the Heavenly Jump into the trees.
Again,
he's on the run, he zapped him to stop the blink, and K1 trying to get in, but Tiger disposed back. They'll focus the Zeus though, diving tier 2. Beast Coast, have they gone too far? They still want to keep fighting though. BZM will take down Gojira, and OG, they're fighting back, striking in with the Yules on the Ursa, zoning out K1. Tiger disposes him to the low ground, and they're going to kill him the once.
They do have Shackle. Shackle is maxed out. They
line it up, Sam.
Not have that ulti available.
Get the catch. Take the kill. And Yuragi on a spree as Beast Coast overstep their bounds. Shut out of that top jungle.
BZM managing to get out. Taiga with the dispose, keeping him alive and also giving him rebound. Heavenly Jump is maxed out. Now Zeus does have that Ghost Scepter, so it doesn't necessarily need to care about getting initiated on by Ursa. Might buy him enough time to get out of the trouble.
I just love the way that Amar plays so forward. They win a little team fight, and immediately they are on enemy side of the map, pressuring into triangle, trying to keep tabs on Beast Coast. Now we still have ways back into this. Beast Coast team fighting.
Board providing a lot of vision. They see Gojira.
Oh yeah, that Earthshaker, the key target, and Amar beelines for him. K1 looking at Seb though. He doesn't have Windrun for another second or two and blasted down by the plasma field. Timbersaw, can he slip away from this with a chain across? He's still being drained of all his damage, and the jump in from Gojira will find another one. Beast Coast
around him. Way too deep from OG. They wanted to take this fight, but seems like Beast Coast, they do have an answer. They need to get stuff done.
Well, you know, they're the kings of team fighting, aren't they?
They really are.
In SADPC, at international tournaments, they're so good at finding these clashes.
Brewmaster getting closer to his Aghanim Scepter. That's a big time. But Brewmaster in the late game is very difficult to deal with. Once he gets that refresher, Eon Disc, Aghanim Scepter, these fights become very, very difficult.
Yeah, it should synchronize decently here. We see the BKB is picked up by C-Smile, so they'll have that at relatively similar times with the Ags on the Brew. Ursa now no longer with Aegis, needs his own defensive item, so BKB is coming up for him pretty soon.
Beast Coast will hit the big timing once they have that BKB on Ursa that you just mentioned. C-Smile did finish off his a bit low on mana, and also Aghanim Scepter plus the next split coming out in the next couple of minutes.
Well, Gojira just going to be the sacrifice here, trying to allow K1 to get away, but the Ursa still being chased, and Rage already used the Yules into the air, sent skywards into the clouds and down to the ground, hits it with a third. Two quick kills.
Definitely going to be an item for this game. Against Earthshaker, he goes in, you break his combo. There's already one on Timbersaw, and I also see that Taiga's trying to get one, and getting very close. Needs 1,000 gold to finish it. And of course against the Ursa.
Yeah.
Like just a kiting tool, he uses his Enrage. You want to buy some time, he lands, set up for a shackle potentially.
Makes a lot of sense.
Seb did pick up that shard, something that was very successful throughout the Stockholm Major. Also great synergy for setting up your shackle, and also deals damage with Rupture, so that's pretty nice.
Ooh, that's handy.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Such a nice flow to this game as well. I mean, we saw game one, OG, very dominant from the laning stage. Beast Coast always on the back foot. This game, quite even. That 2k net worth lead from OG has been dipping up and down as Beast Coast do find the little punchbacks that they need. As we get now into 20 minutes or so. Next Roshan going to be at the forefront of all these players' minds. 2 minutes until fast spawn. Incredibly important, of course, for the Ursa team to get their hands on it. He needs Aegis to be able to play as aggressively as he wants. Farming a nice little stack of Ancients now, K1. BKB should be done. Yeah, that's enough cash for it.
It's time to smoke. They need to fix the lanes and go for the smoke on Beast Coast.
Yeah, it's go time. C-Smile and Gojira down near bottom, playing around their vision, making sure there's no easy access to this bottom jungle for OG. And C-Smile likely just going to clear one more wave and then come back in towards mid, maybe smoke from their triangle and play up top. Aghanim Scepter there done on Whisper, so yeah, the convergence, all of the timings hitting for Beast Coast. Now, what's it like for OG? If OG are the ones being jumped on, it feels like a much different fight to when they're the ones doing the jumping, right? If Timbersaw's going in, they're finding shackle shots, it looks great.
OG will need to reset the fight because there is a BKB on Razor, BKB on Ursa, and they want to kite that. Two ultis from Brewmaster, which might be a bit too difficult.
Oh.
BZM.
They're just going to Echo Slam him straight off the bat. Fisher in, C-Smile, trying to do damage, but the Ghost Scepter's bought a bit of time for BZM to get the Thunder God's Wrath out and kill Gojira with them on. BKB and TP from C-Smile is cancelled. The heal's coming from the Nature's Attendants, while Whisper Yules a Cyclone onto this Bloodseeker, the Centaur Stomp, and Smart. He's in again. The BKB from Uragi though with the Blood Right and the rebound forward, aiming for the Razor and taking him down. Amar, the carry in this fight, blowing people up, but K1 can show off as well with a couple of swipes. Beast Coast kill 3.
OG wanted to get the most out of worst situations. Zeus getting trapped and using ulti, using his whole toolkit to be able to deal some damage. They did manage to get a couple of kills, but Beast Coast, with these Brewmaster split, he used both of them It gets very difficult to control the fight. And something we didn't mention is the spell mechanic. There's a lot of things that can be dispelled. There is Enchantress with the dispel and also Brewmaster. So Blood Rage, something that did happen in the previous game. Once Bloodseeker picks up that shard, they're gonna be taking a lot of damage. Sidekick dispellable, Wind Run also dispellable. So that's gonna be a huge issue for OG.
Yeah, these Cyclones from Whisper as well. You know, you send Amar out of the fight, the Bloodseeker's removed, focus down one or two of the other cores instead, as we have 1 minute to wait for Roshan to respawn. OG gonna smoke in towards mid. They know there's more than just Stinger here.
The heavenly jump.
They find Gojira, dead for 30. Does have buyback, but won't want to use it. Might have to though, because see Smile. He's being gone on. Look at that damage. BZM just blast him down to 20%, forces the BKB TP. Gojira does buy back, but Beast Coast can't enter this fight. Oh, that's a good Fisher though. Maybe some follow through, but nah, Beast Coast just sit by their base. Maybe with K1 running forward, they'll look for the entry. Aiming Uragi, but the speed from OG to retreat and reset.
Also using Gale Force.
And this buyback from Gojira, he might be paying. Amar losing a lot of his HP.
Dropping low.
No mana left, but the E-Blade. And he's got the save in behind him. The run out from the rebound. Tiger clipped by the plasma field, but unleashes while K1 and Whisper do get the kill. Roshan respawning now as well.
They
and a
did
TD rune spawns top.
From Ursa.
Oh, they did as well. So no BKBs for Beast Coast, but they do have a double damage rune outside the Roche pit.
They're gonna go. They're gonna go. K1 did bottle it. C-Smile gave him that bottle, but I feel like OG is gonna strike. 15 seconds until Taiga is alive, and they can poke from distance.
I've got to. Look at how quickly Roche is falling while Amar is being zoned down. They've kept the Timber Saw off to the right-hand side, and they might even just straight up kill him. He Timber chains away, the K1 Ursa. Oh my god! Where did he bloody go?
And Stinger wants to pick up the bottle.
He has to buy back! Oh my, oh, Beast Coast.
This could be a disaster, but they did manage to kill Amar. Amar does have buyback as well. They do have outposts, so potentially he could buy back. TP is available.
They lost all their
K1 jumps in.
They have no stacks up. They're going to rebuild it. K1, he's scouted. Power shot, blood right. They see him doing it. Whisper. He's popped the ulti. Seb with a Gale Force. The backline jump here, forcing Uragi and BZM away. So Beast Coast get Roshan, but they desperately required it. Cyclone and a stomp, finding Tiger. Gojira blasted. There's Zeus bringing so much pain down from the heavens. And Uragi, he finds Stinger with a rupture. Seb with a shackle, stops the TP.
They're getting whatever they can from these fights. It was a good decision in the end from K1 to buy back there and secure Roshan. Because whenever you don't go for Battle Fury on Ursa, you need to pick up the level 10 talent, which is Mana Region talent, and then you don't have the Furious Fight reset time, which is a big deal. Because against Roche, against these tanky heroes like a Timber Saw, it does make the difference. BZM gonna pick up another active rune.
Yeah, I mean, the DD rune was good for the Ursa, but this Arcane rune coming in for BZM, he's had a couple this game. So many blessings from Ice Frog for both of these teams. K1 pushing out that top lane, but OG, they are angling down bottom. C-Smile's Razor, he just finished his refresher orb, but Amar, Tiger, the BKB immediately. OG have baited it, and a TP out from Tiger. Looks like it should be successful. Oh, Gojira! Say goodnight!
These heavenly jumps, increasing the cast time on these Fishers, have been a nightmare for Gojira.
Jeez. It's been so difficult to catch BZM as well. Was he 8, 3, and 14 on the Zeus? And this E-Blade rush has been spectacular to witness. Now, snapping into action, TPing top. Seb is out in front. And BZM Tiger even rebounding to try and rush forward to help Amar. K1 Yules. Did he enrage? Still has his ulti. Seb with that Gale Force.
He does have a shard, so Urchuk does apply Enrage.
That's
Seb
what I saw. Seb
in trouble.
Looking like he's going to get taken down by C-Small. This refresh BKB did have to use it. Tiger in trouble too. C-Small with a double kill. Beast Coast coming back into things with maybe a... Oh, Whisper. He's found the Zeus. Heavenly jump over the tree. No. No. Stop it.
Le Balance ability, Heavenly Jump, gets you out of the trouble.
Keep getting away with this.
And look at Amar, he's going in like super aggressive, trying to scout things out. OG will need to reset with their tools that we said, extra movement speed from the rebound. Amar, he's gonna get it.
You just don't stand a chance.
And also we'll get a D ward because there was a Zeus ulti, so 200 extra gold for BZM. He's going for Aghanim Scepter next. Rupture.
Non-stop, the train doesn't stop here for OG. Basher up, just gonna stun onto K1. Again, this Bloodseeker can't 1v1. Needs the backup in from Seb, and they've got this K1 Ursa completely isolated. No one to save him. Aegis used up. Beast Coast, can they fight around it? They're bringing numbers in towards them. K1 with a BKB, trying to battle into Amar, but Whisper, he's being chain stunned until the split comes out. Tiger taken down as Seb, wind running back. Does have a blink dagger to play with as well. Trying to get away from K1's Ursa, but this bear is not messing around. He blinks into the trees. He's away scot-free. Amar getting cycloned and stunned mid-chain. Yule's up.
Shackle.
Can he get away with that shackle shot to help?
Yes,
It's not enough. Oh, Gojira. He blinks it. Finds the Zeus. Beast Coast. Here we go.
Gojira got sick of Zeus causing issues for him, instantly Echo slams him. These are the fights that Beast Coast need. They need to lock onto a target and immediately kill it, because OG is very annoying how they disengage with these items, multiple Yule Scepters. I see a Force Staff that is about to be finished on Seb, but yeah, finally, K1, is he bringing a Blink Dagger? Because he does not have it. There's something coming on the courier.
Oh yeah, what's he buying? He's got Paladin Sword, it's a neutral item that he's bringing out to himself. And here we can watch the miraculous escape of Seb. But OG, even after taking that Aegis very early on, could not withstand the Beast Coast pushback. Now Whisper with these primal splits doing such a great job at isolating targets, keeping OG on the run.
Good micro, he caught him mid-air there with the Earth Brew.
A little
And
pebble
also
toss.
the Echo Slam. So yeah, Razor is super farmed, and they're itemizing for the Rupture, they're itemizing for Shackles, getting those Lincoln Spheres. So whenever you use Refresher, you get another Lincoln Sphere. Eventually, there's gonna be a Lotus Orb of one of these two supports on Beast Coast, and the Ursa, also, he's a big fan of Lincoln Sphere. K1.
Oh, he is. He absolutely loves it. Ultimate Orb already in inventory. Abyssal Blade and Blink lined up for afterwards. A lot of gold saved up on Amar there, as the Cloak of Flames needs to be grabbed. Scythe of Vice, honestly not that far away for the Timber.
Amar loves spell amplification on his Timber Saw. There was a game I remember during the DPC when he was holding Fairy's Trinket, even though there were some tier 4 items dropped.
Yeah, like 30 minutes into the game, he's like, oh, nah, I want this one. Oh, Gojira spots Tiger and Whisper, straight up ulti. They'll pick off the Marcy and maybe look for more. With Whisper able to move very quickly forward, this Storm Panda might set things up with a little Cyclone. BZM's nearby, they're going to see him in a second. OG TPing back to their tier 2 to defend though. And nobody gets caught. Very defensive from OG behind their tower. And Beast Coast now with the win probability advantage.
What are these numbers, Gary?
Well, it was OG all the way, but I think I just saw like 53 or so percent, 57% in fact, is their chance right now. But it has been OG this entire game. Only in the past couple of minutes that fight bottom has swung things completely.
A bit too deep, trying to kill Ursa one more time after he respawned, having that status resistance from Earthshock, Enrage, BKB, a bit too difficult, and things are going to get even more difficult now that he's about to finish off that Lincoln's.
Oh, an Arcane Rune. Lincoln's Refresher, BKB Razor. Scythe finished off by Amar. Beast Coast, they're ready to fight at any given moment. Primal split. It looks like it's not quite off cooldown, even though the green light is on. 5 seconds until it's back up.
It always shows whenever you pick up Aghanim Scepter that ulti is available, but it's not. So you need to click on the hero.
Well, he has one charge now. Prepping for the third Roshan. 40 seconds potentially.
Double Lincolns and also Razor have an Arcane Rune, so he wants to take the fight, lower the cooldown on that Refresher, BKB, even Lincoln Sphere popping in twice.
Both teams smoking. 5v5, two Rams clashing heads and colliding. BZM going to jump back away from K1, the shackle from Seb, and the Gale Force, the reset. This is what you wanted from OG, but look at the Cyclone. They found and caught the Bloodseeker here.
Next from Amar,
coming in up the back. Echo Slam from Gojira, killing off Tiger, but Uragi can turn and fight. A buyback out from the Marcy now as Uragi tries to deal with the Brewlings, but they've taken down Amar. K1 able to stand his ground and battle back into the Timbersaw. Tiger defensive dispose. BZM on the run, but Gojira with a Fisher. Aim for the Bloodseeker. He's got Urn on him.
He's so low, they need one instance of damage to get 50 HP.
They can't find him. They can't catch him. Seb's also got himself away. Beast Coast, some big kills, but it could have been even bigger.
If Roshan respawns straight away, Seb, behind enemy lines, will try to TP out. There was a good Hex initiation on Ursa, but no real follow-up. Also, the problem was they're fighting right underneath the ward, which did scout out Zeus, forcing him to heavenly jump away. And it's still not dewarded.
I mean, when this smoke breaks, there's a second of hesitation, like, wait, they're here as well.
Yeah, because they initiated with the Shackle, and you'll see Amar following it up with the Hex on Ursa, and the rest of the OG not close enough to be able to deal the damage. Look at their positioning.
And there's that Hex.
And big Echo Slam from Earthshaker that you mentioned.
Gets right on top of them. Killed off Tiger, forced the buyback. And K1, after that Scythe of Voice, with the help of C-Smile, able to take down Amar.
Things are getting ridiculous because Visper is also closing out onto his Refresher Orb with the Aghanim Scepter, Spirit Vessel charges. There was a series yesterday when Aster played, and once that Brewmaster hits his item timings, Gojira, they don't have another stun. Ooh,
no, they don't.
Not close enough to use his Hex.
Using their tactics against them, just TP. Roshan scouted by an Enchantress creep, Aghanim Scepter there, ready and waiting to be grabbed up by one of these squads.
Oh, Aghanim Scepter, that's a big one. Getting that to either Ursa or Razor, most likely going to go to Ursa, so he can't be stunned. Always have that Enrage available, and yeah, Hex is a way to deal with it, but not sure if they have enough damage to blow him up instantly.
Yeah, he's incredibly tanky with that Lincoln's, and once he's got the Abyssal Blade, even tankier still. Stinger. Oh, two Radiant Observer wards here. I think one might get dewarded. Yep, Uragi finds it. High ground vision not coming for Beast Coast. They desperately need something to keep tabs on OG. Entry points into this Roche area from the Dire side. They've got 3-4 ways to get towards the pit.
Same item build as in previous game. Bloodseeker getting that Heaven's Halberd, playing against the same two heroes that he's been playing, Ursa and Razor. Wants to have some mischance and also wants to be able to disarm them. Does have Elven Tunic, so some extra evasion coming out real handy.
Yeah, it's like disarm them, pop Lincolns, just do something. Gojira, see Seb, find the Wind Ranger, try and kill her off, and Chant to slow and get rid of the Wind Run. And impetus shots landing in, Tiger rebounding, aiming Gojira. They want to kill this Earthshaker quick. Gojira defended though by Whispers Brew. Cyclones the Marcy, and into Uragi they go. Impetus raining these long projectiles in towards Uragi. Good Fisher onto two again from Gojira, as Whisper will clear up the Marcy, who's dead for 45, while Amar, he's about to die in the mid lane. Beast Coast,
K1.
they get it done.
K1, while the rest of the team is chasing and causing some confusion, he did go and kill Roshan, hitting that level 25, getting Aegis. There is Cheese and Aghanim Scepter picked up by Razor. So, Eye of the Storm.
Oh,
You know that those buildings are gonna melt.
the crowd buff coming into play as Uragi stunned up. C-Smile ruptured, stands his ground. They still have Aegis and Cheese Beast Coast, and there's no Timber for 45 seconds. High ground time for C-Smile. Lincolns gets popped by the Zeus, but they've got the tier 3. In we go with Tiger disposing. Bloodright comes from Uragi. They're trying to defend their base here, but Whisper will cause chaos and zone them back.
Nimby dies so quickly against Ursa. He's going to be the one focusing it down. And we'll
demolish
range barracks. So this is going to be a huge issue. Once you get to this point where Brewmaster does have Aghanim Scepter, Refresher, going into Eon Disc next, it's so easy to siege the high ground. Very easy to zone them out. I want to see how OG is going to approach this problem.
Infinite ultis. I don't think there is a way to handle him. Try and get the jump, try and get that kill. But now we even have a Shadow Blade on the Earthshaker. Even more ways to hide him away and get those surprise jumps. Still, oh wait, no, sorry, yeah, it's moved up a bit, hasn't it? From 57 to 88%. Oh, Beast Coast, game 2.
Jaden loves that Aghanim Scepter on Razor. This is where these extra 20% are coming from, and they will go for the high ground. Refresher about to be available again in 50 seconds. OG definitely not going to defend this tier 2 tower.
Nah,
the full Satanic, double BKB, double Lincolns.
That's nasty.
It's very, very difficult.
It's nice to see OG, like you say, not defending tier 2, not trying to get a team fight down there, instead going for plays on the other side of the map. Quick little zap will find Stinger. As Amar chased, Abyssal bladed. Look at the damage from K1. They're just blowing this Timbersaw up, but the Yule's Timber Chain, not enough to allow him to escape. C-Smile, you shall not pass, cuts him off.
And OG, they need to retreat. Uragi.
Well, he's got to BKB and run, doesn't he? He's got no TP. He's going to get chased down here. C-Smile, keep on going. The Nimbus and the Yules will keep him at bay. So close to finding Uragi, but they get the Nimbus down. Creep wave down bottom needs to be shoved, but Seb in the tree line, getting found with a nice Fisher, blocking him in and getting the kill.
Does have buyback if necessary. They want to fix this bottom lane and go for the high ground potentially. Razor, a Refresher is available. Uragi with the pause. And the perfect response.
That's got to be one of the best chat wheel lines of all time.
I'm looking at the way for OG to come back into the game. They're getting very close to level 25s on some of their heroes. Zeus, level 23 right now. You would want to have Bloodseeker with 2 Rupture charges and also full Mjolnir to be able to get those procs out as much as you can. Gajira wants to fix some of the issues that OG is causing. Going for these guerrilla tactics, trying to snipe people with the Timbersaw, but if there's no Timber, they know that they cannot do it. There's just not enough damage. Spell Prism drop for OG.
And it's very telegraphed what Beast Coast are doing. Straight up high ground, OG knows what's coming. K1 and C-Smile a little bit irritated by the Gale Force. Another Lincoln's pop, a Nimbus, just every tool that OG can use to try and force Beast Coast back.
Marcy tried to go for the dispose, but the big Fisher right on top of K1, not allowing him to get displaced inside the deeper of OG's base. Zeus, Octarine finished, keeping Stormcrafter for now, so he wants to have another defensive tool.
And more lightning, right?
Yeah, where's that Spell Prism at?
There it is. Oh, that's Beast Coast one. Ursa just grabs one.
There's one drop for OG as well.
Amar, Cyclone, oh, Timber Chain. The timing there, still going to get hounded though by Beast Coast. The Fisher in, blocks him, catching the C-Smile and the pebbles thrown by Whisper's Earth Panda. Amar, he's dead, no buyback, and Beast Coast diving in. Seb falls, Uragi in trouble as well. Beast Coast, they've got C-Smile BKB'd up. Uragi defended by the E-Blade. Creep waves are arriving for Beast Coast now into this dire base as they focus buildings.
No Brew Split, no BKB available on Razor. OG's gonna poke from distance.
They're trying to, but there seems to be no stopping the South Americans now.
There's the split again.
Refresher up, split out. Dispose into the blood right now as the Thunder God's Wrath trying to take down K1, but he's got his BKB and Enrage off. defended up as they kill off Tiger, and now we're in a 5v2 scenario, but OG not calling it. They're waiting.
They still think they have one more fight available. There is Eye of the Storm.
Beast Coast not going for tier 4s.
In 5 seconds, this is going to be mega creeps. 30 seconds without a Timber Saw, very difficult task. BZM keeping the distance.
Slow and steady.
Hold on for as long as possible.
Another split. Another bit of demolish damage from that Earth Panda. Glyph from OG though. 20 seconds until everybody's back up into the battlefield. Stinger ruptured. Yules and a bit of heal coming through. Nature's Attendance, his wand and all that good stuff, while the barracks, they've all fallen. Mega creeps now what OG has to face as Beast Coast demolish this dire base.
Dire's middle tower.
Playing against mega creeps is going to be a very difficult task for OG. They do have heroes that do okay against megas, but against the Brewmaster, they can always go for these type of plays where you get zoned out by Brewlings. Rest of the team, especially the Razor with the Aghanim Scepter Refresher, can go and try to end the game.
Spell Prism.
Gonna melt. Yeah, there's also him holding Spell Prism is pretty big. Level 27 on this Razor.
I genuinely, I had question marks about Razor coming back as a mid laner, especially against the Zeus, but C-Smile proving me very, very wrong. Showing off on this mid lane Razor and going into overwhelming Blink next as he is close to being 6-slotted.
OG cannot allow Beast Coast to get close to their base and take a fight there because they know they're gonna lose. Is there any big item coming out? There is Mjolnir on a Bloodseeker, which is gonna fix some of the issues. Windranger still very far away from her next item, and also Marcy not having anything of a big impact.
It feels like one of those tough scenarios where for OG, finishing items seems important and buybacks at the same time seem key. Choosing one or the other is difficult as Amar, he gets Cyclone once again, sent down to the ground, Abyssal Blade, but he's got his Ghost Scepter up, can't escape from this bear who shreds him.
Enchantress with the Dispel. Dispel mechanic in this game has been amazing against the Wendrun, against Bloodseekers, Blood Rage plus a Shard, taking a lot of damage, Dispelling Sidekick. It's an AoE Dispel from Brewmaster as well, so very, very difficult. Now he hit that level 25 and also has Eon Disc, so multiple charges on that. I don't know how you approach this problem.
With great difficulty. Ursa, Cyclone, but he's on Tiger. Stunned and shackled. Gale Force pushing him into the base. But Gojira, he's found the backstab, kills them off. OG are done here in game 2. Oh, how quickly they fall.
Beast Coast evening out to this series. They're like, well, you picked the heroes that worked out for you in game number 1. We're gonna pick almost the same exact heroes, play the exact same matchup, and also show you how it's done.
Oh, goosebumps. Beast Coast taking game 2, tying things up. And there's nothing really we have to say. Just listen to this crowd.
Yeah, crowds, they want to see as many games as possible here, and we're going to go to game